I was at Curfew Road. We went to Curfew Road to look at the man that died, and we saw that it was a security guard died. Then we come back down to sit down. While we sit down back the road, I see many radar car come and go away back and leave and go away. While the radar car them leave and go away, about 3 more radar car come. Anyway, we still sit down there. We never remember see when the officer come and say, we must go in at the Jeep. So we're going at the Jeep. They took me to the Admiral Town police station. That was next to where I'm living. So the Admiral Town police station. Then they take me into custody. They said they're going to check me out. Alright, I gave the policeman my ID. I gave him my name. I gave him my mother name. I gave him all the information that they asked me. He said to me, they're going to check me out. As soon as everything good, they will let me go the next day. While there, so the 14th of May, the Friday come done, me not hear nothing. The Saturday come done, me not hear nothing. And the 18th of May, they come and they charge me for the murder that took place on the 14th of May. After Inspector Asbanwright charged me, that was in charge of the Crossroad Division to the Matilda's Corner Police. He was in charge. After he charged me the 18th of May, he come back and question me on the 19th of May. But he never know now, same breach my rights by charge me for offense the 18th and come and question me back on the 19th of May. So that is where the breach went. Anyway, them go on with it. I go to court, them set a court date, go to court from half a tree, then them send it off to the Home Circuit Court. While going to the Home Circuit Court, on the 10th of July year 2000, I were tried in the Home Circuit Court by a 12-member jury. Miss Paula Llewellyn, that turned the DPP now, she was the head prosecutor in this case. So
you said Miss Llewellyn, the DPP now, was the prosecutor against you?
She was the prosecutor against me in this case. All right? While she was the prosecutor in this case against me now, my lawyer that me did have representing me at the time, named Miss Janet Nazareth. Anyway, she asked me, while I was in the dock and whatever, she questioned me. I answered all her questions. She looked at me and she tell me, say, Mr. Pierce, you know, say, I know that it's not you who do the murder. The female I call the police, I know that it's not you who do the murder, but we need you to tell me. So hear what them do now. After trying now, she telling me that Miss Paula Llewellyn tell me that me could make a mitigation plea and plead guilty, and she would give me 12 years before parole. Me said, no.
What you saw them say?
She said, I can make a mitigation plea to plead guilty and
you served 12 years.
And she tell me, say, I can get 12 years before parole. And I tell her, I said, no, I cannot plead guilty upon something that I don't do, because I know me innocent and me in my job as a porter working. And when that occurred, no, I don't plead guilty. Anyway, them going to the jury room, and while the case were trying, they found me guilty. So they sentenced me to death on the 10th of July. When I came out of court, it was about 9:30 in the night, or 9 o'clock.
So you were sentenced to death?
Yes, I was on death row.
You were on the death row? You were the death penalty?
Yes, I was on death row year 2000, the 10th of July. That's the day that I get sentenced. But they took me to prison the 12th of July and the Wednesday. So when I just get sentenced by the Home Circuit Court, they carry me go to Central Police Station. That is where they keep me until when the Wednesday come, when the documents ready, then them carry me go to Spanish Town, death row.
So,
yes.
In the year 2000, you were sentenced to death in, where you say, life imprisonment or death row? No,
death sentence. Death row I was on. Every warder, every majority Jamaican know about this case. Yeah, I was sentenced to death row, on death row, at the age of teen.
In your teen, at 18 years old?
Yeah, I was.
You were working at KPH?
Yes, as a porter.
As a porter?
Working
between
with a company named Lamasa. Yeah, working with a company named Lamasa, and they picked me up and charged me.
So you were on the road and the police just pick you up and charge you and say you commit the crime?
Yes, they says me.
So you're saying the police never do no forensic and say you not have no gun or nothing? Did you have previous history with the police?
No, and never yet. And when him take me into custody, I was even saying to them, so why you don't come and check my house? Why you don't? Them don't swab me hand. Them don't check my house. Them don't do nothing at all. So that means that simple show you, because if
so them just what you say them just take you up off of the road and just charge you as the person commit the crime?
That commit the crime that occurred the same night. But what I'm saying, if you take me up off the road, you're supposed to swab my hands, because gunpowder residue must be on my hand, or check my home, something. Because I tell you that I work at the Kingston Public Hospital. I gave him my address, I gave you everything about me, I gave you all the information about me, and you still went on with the case and you charged me for the murder on the 18th of May now.
So on what basis did they charge you for murder though?
Alright. It was alleged that a lady named Claudette Noel, she lives on Lower Ivy Road where me live. I did have a girlfriend by the name of Debbie that time. The policeman used this lady to come and say she hear when them couldn't say them saw me, you know, because she know she never see me do nothing. So the policeman used her to come and say them a bill a case, so them come and tell her that come to court and say you hear when, but true them never know say hear when evidence cannot work a privy council. So when find out their hear when evidence, so the policeman inspectorate gave her.
You're not wait no man. Ma ask you how them come by if it says you.
How them come by to say it's me. Well,
yeah.
Well, what really happened then? Them say a youth named Dean like me, he have the same name, is Dean killed the man, but my name was Shabadin. So them say it was a youth named Dean that killed the man. So somehow, through probably him named Dean, the person that them say commit the crime, and me named Shabadin is my right name. So that is how them the entangle with the names then get mixed up.
No, sir. Yeah. So in 2000 now, you say you were prosecuted.
Yeah, I was prosecuted by the Home Circuit Court 1 in front of Judge Wesley James, and the prosecutor was Miss Paula Llewellyn now that turned the DPP.
So after you got prosecuted, what happened after that? How many years you were in the prison?
In prison, yeah, I served 12 years, 5 days in prison.
12 years, 5 days?
12 years, fully straight calendar year, 5 days before I come out back. So when I went in there, year 2, while I was in custody from 1999, I didn't get to come back around until 2011, the 20th of May.
So how did you get to come out of prison? What?
Alright, like what I do to come out. Alright, what I do to come out now. While on death row, you cannot make 14-day pass. So during the 14 day, I appealed to the Court of Appeal out here in Jamaica. It's tried by a panel of judges, Judge Makala, Seymour Panton, a couple other judges, and it was supposed to try like a case where it normally takes 5 days. They were looking through my case for 4 years and a half. So while appealing to the Court of Appeal out here, them were supposed to look through this case 5 days, and it took them 4 years and a half. And when I was in the prison death row, then sent back a letter to me. They called me by the superintendent office upstairs, and when they sent back the letter, they eventually back a letter to me. They called me by the superintendent office upstairs, and when I appeal to the local court of appeal, that is when I appealed to the Privy Council.
So how it reached to the Privy Council?
Alright, how it reached to the Privy Council now. Before it reached to the Privy Council, the Court of Appeal, the local Court of Appeal out here would have to dismiss it And then I write to a lady named Miss Juliet and Ori, solicitor law firm. So I stay from prison where I was and write to Miss Juliet and Ori. She's a solicitor law firm in England. And she put a lawyer on it named Mr. Stephen Leslie. And while Mr. Stephen Leslie were on it, I were writing out the grounds, certain points, like through me there prison, a good little time, I put 2 and 2 together, some points, some grounds, and me think to myself, me could have give myself a more fair trial, but that's true, the prosecutor now, the problem we me did have now with Miss Paula Llewellyn now, she were forcing me to plead guilty, and I said, I'm plead guilty, and she said to me, I can get 12 years before parole, and I tell her, I said, no, so that is why, true, I don't plead guilty, them end up sentence me to death, but Father God does work it, that's still did end up the 12-year there, but I come out on bail. I come out on bail based on England. While the case reached to England send back the case down here and tell them so they make an error. So while they make the error now, Andre, this is why they study about Shabadin period by the UTEC. If you go to UWI, where the law school is, they study about mine case. Because my case is a landmark case. Other lawyer told me them things like Mr. Churchill Nita, Mr. Bert Samuel's daughter, some other big lawyers know Shabadin period well good, but and they know the case though. I know that what I'm saying now to you and what I'm saying to the world, they study about my case at UWI, and them also study about me by the training school, the police and that are leaving, that are graduating from the training school, and teach them how to not to charge a person for a crime today and go tomorrow and question them back upon the same crime we charged them for yesterday, because that is where they make them error from. So that is why they study about my case within law.
So and now,
yes, sir.
What did the Privy Council say about your matter now?
All right, the Privy Council now ruled that now and say them themselves now going to make a retrial happen. So them themselves going to send back the case down here. So that is how I came back now, get back this retrial now and start go to court in 2007. But by then, they transferred me from 2005, the 19th of December, from the Spanish Town death row, and they transferred me to the General Penitentiary. So I was at the General Penitentiary, so they carried me back closer to the Home Circuit Court, because they know that the retrial going to be ready in 2007 when Hurricane Dean come in that year 2007. So that's the time when I was start going back to court on the 4th of May. That was my first appearance before the court.
So when you go into the court now, what was the new real trial? What did they say?
What did they say? All right, going to court 2007, going to court 2008, going to court 2009. You see, in 2010, when I go to court, I book a judge lady named Miss Miss McIntosh, and Miss Marva McIntosh, her husband is named Miss Makala McIntosh. I faced Miss McIntosh in court, in court 2, and Miss McIntosh told me that, Mr. Pierce, I don't normally give people bail in or what, but this case is very weak, because this case is a case that reached the Privy Council, and the Privy Council sent it back out here. So this case is very weak, but within everything, Mr. Pierce, we're going to have back a second trial. That's what she told me. When the second trial started and I was going to court, it was a 10-for-2, so it was a unanimous verdict. So I win them 10-for-2, 10 juries say not guilty, and 2 jury.
So in the retrial,
yes,
in the year of what, 2007?
Yeah, the retrial started back 2007.
So when did the jury?
The jury come to a verdict in 2010. So while going to this nether trial now in 2010 now, that's when 10 juries say not guilty and 2 juries say guilty.
So it was a 12-member jury?
So it was a 12-member jury, but 10 out of it say not guilty. So the next 10 were cussing the next 2 and were saying to them, say, all 12 of it done decide, say, we are going to find him not guilty. So, Una say guilty. It was so on that basis now, that is how I end up got bail. by Miss Marva McIntosh. So I was granted bail, 1 or 2 surety.
So you're granted bail. So
yeah, I was granted bail.
But if you majority of the jurors found you not guilty, shouldn't you be released?
Yes, I should be released. But what they did now, it fall under a unanimous verdict. Unanimous verdict mean there's a breaches where they were wondering and pondering now, because remember in the first trial it was all 12 jury found me guilty. Now since it reached the Privy Council High Court, which is the highest law court in the world, so when them see now to the panel of judge, because when a case is tried in England, it's a 9-panel judge try these cases, not like 1 judge. It's 9 judges sit down and they look into the matter. The one they passed around the paper to each of them have a paper.
Yeah, man, I know how the Privy Council works. You should know that I know how the Privy Council works.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly. So with all of it happening now.
So you needed everybody to vote. The 12 of them should have voted the same way for you to be released.
Yes, for me to release, but
so it became a hung jury.
There was a hung jury. That was a hung jury going on down there. So because that now there was an uproar upstairs in court. They're nice. Because the next 10 jury them now start cuss the next 2 them now, and I say all of we decide say we are gonna find Mr. Pierre not guilty based on the
evidence.
England. Yeah,
based on the ruling that came from England.
Based on the ruling that came from the High Privy Council Court in Andre. So based on everything what happened now, that is how them start to study law about my case. So my case is a case that fall under enough other case now in Jamaica. It fall under it. So by the law school up UWI, my first time them.
So you're saying that the school of law and everywhere use your case as an exemplary case?
Use my case. Yes, Andre. The proof is there. And you can call even Miss Valerie Nita, Mr. Churchill Nita, anyone.
Valerie Nita knows about your case?
Valerie Nita knows about my case. Good. Valerie Nita.
And if I should ever call Miss Nita, she will be able to verify all of the things that you say?
Yes, she will be able to verify me, she, and even Mr. Churchill Nita.
So even Churchill Nita know about your case?
Yeah, man, Churchill Nita know about my case. Good, I can give you my number now. I can give you... She and even Mr. Churchill Nita.
So even Churchill Nita. Okay. So I want to know now.
Yeah.
So you are 18 working.
Yeah, working with La Massa Company.
La Massa Company as a porter.
Yeah.
And the next day you're being told that you're a criminal, right?
Yes.
You got locked up.
Yes.
You were charged for the murder of a security officer.
A security officer that named Delroy Parchment.
So you were charged for the murder of Delroy Parchment?
Parchment, yes.
You're saying there is no evidence that could have linked you to the crime, but you were charged for the murder?
Yes, Andre.
And Paula Llewellyn was the prosecutor for the...
Was the prosecutor at that time, in this matter, in front of a judge named Wesley James. And Wesley James died the other day. I thought he sick and died.
And you're saying that Miss Llewellyn was trying to convince you to get what?
To plead guilty, to make a mitigation plea. Yes,
to make a mitigation plea.
Yes, she want me to plead guilty and said yes, it's me do the murder, and she compromised, and as I say, she's gonna make me get 12 years. 12 years.
So she wanted to give you 12 years for the murder so you could be released after?
So I could release after. By the time 12 years after parole, I could get some parole. But me tell her, say, me not do no crime, so me not plead guilty. So that is how they come together and sentence me to death.
So, and after that, it was carried to Judge Wesley, and he gave you the death penalty?
And he gave me the death sentence. And when he gave me the death sentence on the 10th of July, he looked at me and said to me, Mr. Peart, what you have to say? And I was there looking, because I don't know nothing else to say to him, because if I were going to say something to him, I would say to him, say, set me free, because I know that I'm innocent. But He done already sentenced me to death and he knocked him one hammer like something where you use.
The gavel.
The gavel, yeah, whatever it is, yeah. So this took place in Court 1, year 2000. So at this time now, when I just get the sentence now, I am just 19 years old, but I come in custody from I were 18 years old.
So in your teens, you basically spend most of your life in prison.
Most of my lifetime, all of my teen life, like me 18, me 19, me 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, come right up at 2011, the 20th of May, I come out on bail. Because what they do now, after they gave me bail now, they thought I was going to jump the case. But I go to court till the case finished. But the major thing that took place in this place is like the public defender, where someone was supposed to defending the citizens. I went there, I went to Miss Caroline Gooms, the human rights lady.
So you went to Jamaicans for Justice?
Jamaicans for Justice.
You went to,
the public defender.
Who you went to the public defender?
She was Arlene Harrison, a lady that use one cigarette light one, and she of course pay bad road and a move fast.
So you're saying that Arlene Harrison was smoking? That's the person who was in the office of the public defender?
Yes, she was using one Mataran light in one, and
she was just smoking.
She was smoking and she was behaving quite rough, like she don't want to see me. You know, when you're running somebody, it's like I said.
So you're saying the office of the public defender?
Yes.
Basically show you disdain and scorn.
Yes, exactly. They are doing things to run me away, so I just get so frustrated. But at that time now, while I was coming back to and from now, I was living in Montego Bay. Never did live in Kingston them time there. Because the lady that bailed me out, she was from Montego Bay. Place named Cornwall Court. Yeah, Cornwall Court in Montego Bay. So that is all, because I end up get bail out. So long I did and then thing that nobody know really bail out, man. And one day I did dead here and I just did make a link and thing and book a lady, and she just willing to help me, and she just bail me out. Because she said she know that I'm innocent. So she bailed me.
So when you come out of prison now, when you went to the cop, the public defender and
yeah.
Caroline Gomes.
Yeah.
What was the outcome of that?
Alright, when I went to there, to state to them that we need to get a lawsuit on the table, because, you know, we just don't know that we know, so we win the case. So as we were saying, we want to plan together, because them always tell us, if you are trying to sue the state or trying to sue something, you have to start from the public defender. But Miss
Harrison,
behave. She behave every time when me go there. She cuss up a lot of bad word and she smoke cigarettes, so I just get fed up and just don't go there back too much. You understand? Because every time I go she me see, and we go down to get to business and come like somebody in the bigger heads in the government officially did tell her say black this thing, yeah, behave this way, smoke cigarettes. You're not supposed to smoke and a cuss bad word. Me come to deal in my case because I'm me try, because I tell you, I lost my mother, I lost my job, the amount of money I lose everything. I'm just telling you, my mother died in 2019 still, you know. But my mother was a good lady that grew me up good. We never used to go to high school, but my mother always teach me honesty. Working is the best. So even though I stopped school from 7th grade, I learned fridge work around a man named Mr. Henry until me that work at Muscles Jamaica Limited. Spent about a year at Odessa, and my last job with me do was KPH as a porter before I go into custody, before they take me into custody and take away my freedom. Because they know that I didn't kill nobody. Even the girl that come give evidence on me, I saw her even last week. She do here downtown. So this is a girl that named Claudette Noel, and she tell me that Shabadin, I'm so sorry. I'm said to her, I say, I forgive you. Because
so even the same person who was crown witness against you.
Yes, I saw her like every other day downtown. She do here. Yeah, she do here downtown. And she told me, I told her that I forgive her, and she tell me, say sorry. And she tell
so
me,
my question is,
Yes.
Where do you go from here? Were you compensated by the government for the years of loss?
No, I never get to compensate it because what they do now, they use as tragedy now. They first make sure that somebody tamper with my birth paper. So they lock down my birth paper. So if I come a road, I look for my birth paper, and I know I still can't get my birth paper.
Yeah, but your birth paper is one easy thing to get. Once you get a good lawyer, the lawyer can assist you in. You don't have no family member who can tell you where your birth paper is.
Well, what really occurred then is since the other day in this year, I come across my sister. And when I come across my sister now, she's the biggest one out of the whole of us. Then give me some sheet of things. So I go to the RGD and I pay 12,000 there, and then tell me I have to wait now from 6 months to a year before me can get it. So my sister sign up some documents. My nether bigger brother in sign up some documents too. So it's like it's a third party have to sign up the documents. And my sister is 10-year-old older than me, so she must have to sign up the documents. So still doesn't have a birth paper.
So because you don't have a birth paper, you can't sue the government, that's what you're saying?
No, that's not.
So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to say this to you. Yes. You say you have access to men like Churchill Nita. And you're saying that you don't go sit down with Churchill Nita or Valerie Nita for them to help you with the case so you could sue the government and get some compensation?
But what them do now, them say the statutory of limitation has passed. The 6 year has passed because through them time they now all in Harris to them. A delay, I go there the case finished 2012. I went there.
Oh, so the statutory is that you have 6 years to sue the
limitation has passed, yes, 6 years has passed. So true, she delayed, Miss Arlene Harris, she delayed me 2012, she delayed me 2013, she delayed me 2014, right up till when she did, I don't know whenever she did stop, but I need to get fed up because she has cost too much bad wood and she has smoked a cigarette and desk cock up and every time the boy shabba being period are coming and so I can't bother with this boy, boom, and fling them the documents and so by me now as a young youth now.
And you're saying that this is the office of the public defender?
This is the office of the public defender. She's a brown lady with her hair kind of look curly. Big woman, big respectable woman. Because he's a man that love my mother, you know. Anybody who know me can tell us that even when my mother get old, I me that clean her shit out of the tree away. The tree picking my mother get, and me was the one that come end up there at bedside before she died in 2019 because that lady visit me straight to prison and run for me. So Miss Arlene Henry was supposed to make a step towards the lawsuit because.
So you're saying that Arlene Harrison?
Yes, Cosbadwood.
No, it's not. So you're saying that for the 6 years she frustrate you, so you just stop going to the office?
She frustrate me too. Me just stop. So let me stop going to the office now. Based for now, she frustrate me. Yeah, based for now, she frustrate me. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. And when I know reason with Miss Anita one day, you know, and me I reason with another lawyer. So when me go down there, you know, me I reason with another lawyer, you know, and the lawyer look on the time, the lawyer is about to the case done from 2012 and based from 2012 till when me they go down there, you know, like 2020, 2019. So well, I think the COVID is coming, but before that the lawyer was saying to me, say the statutory of limitation has passed. So I then make it pass, Miss Arlene Harrison, as somebody that they approve of my 100. Believe you me, I submit the statutory pass because me is a youth and me help write about my case in prison. Nobody is not to help me. I mean write all these letters, send them go to the lawyer. Me even write out some grounds and some points and to make the lawyer argue on them during my trial at the privy council. That's the man asked me say if me ever go to high school, and I tell the man no. The man said to me, say, he's one of the most intelligent inmate ever seen in custody, leaving GP or Spanish Town. That's what the man tell me. And I'm telling you. So, yeah, you understand? So, even though I never finished school, I still did have a little knowledge and them thing about the thing, but just show them a fight with them, give you a whole fight.
You know what I'm going to say to you, though?
Yes, Andre.
I want you to go to Miss Valerie Nita's office this week for me.
Yes.
And I'm sure if Miss Valerie sees you, she will see how best she can assist you in getting the birth certificate. And I'm sure Miss Nita can give you some further legal advice.
Yes.
As to how you can go about a lawsuit. You probably can't. There must be some way in which a lawsuit can be restarted. So go and speak to Valerie and find out. Because you were wrongly accused.
Yes.
You spent how many years behind bars?
Yeah, 12 years, 5 days.
12 years and 5 days. Had it not been for the Privy Council, you would not be a free man.
I would not be around if it never was for the Privy Council. I want you to listen to this because when them take you off a death row, everybody will get the sentence during 2005. So when them take you off, if somebody gets 60 years or 55 years before parole, so me would be calling 2055 me that eligible for come around. So I still would have to call about 33 more years. Meanwhile, me that done the 20th year already. So 20th year overall gone out of my life now from 1999.
So how old are you now?
Well, I am 41 years old.
So you're 41 and at 18 your life became a misery.
Yes. Yes.
Never at the point you say is you walk with your friends, go up to look at the dead man.
To look at the dead man, walk, come back down, come sit down. Much vehicle going. Me couldn't kill a man and sit down there to see me make police come catch me. Oh, that's some fool. So me tell you the system, these are what the England lawyer them were looking at and I said, but hold on, oh, Mr. Pierre to do a crime and sit down there save me because at the same time when the man when the same night when they take me to custody, it's the same night the man died. It's little before they take me to custody. After. So if the man has just died and you take me to custody, you should do your relevant investigation. First thing, them don't search me house. Them don't swab my hand if it's alright, then you know in the kill a man come. We carry go to the Admiralton police station, we're gonna swab your hand. Because we must find some gunpowder residue. They don't search me house, they don't search nothing. They want to take away my ID from me. So they take away my worker's ID from me, that Mark Lamasa to show that I was a porter. I was working with the nurse and the doctor them right through.
Wow. So what do you want? So how are you coping? Have you been able to get to work?
Oh, I mean, no, I can't get no work at all because everywhere I go to look for a job, they want to employ me, but I have to have the birth paper. The birth paper could get the TRN and the NIS.
Oh, so because you can't get the TRN and the NIS, you can't get a job.
Yeah. So through the birth paper, the birth paper now and if you get the TRN and the NIS, through that nobody now really employ. You know, say we know the rules. Me now go out there go thief, cause them know that me is not no criminal, me is not no thief. Me have to just go and hold my own. You understand me, Andre? And that me I do from ever since me I hold my own. So wicked that's all.
So like how you're not working, how you survive these days?
How me survive these days? Well, me I tell you the real truth. It's just the mercy of God. God carry me through. I'm gonna say this to you now. As I tell you, say now and then, sometime me we there at a place and a man come call me and him say 1 2 day work there. So I mean we gonna mix some concrete or whatever. But apart from that, it months now. So you know, so if you sit down at 6 months, 4 months and no work no come, if the man don't get no work, you can't get a little 2 day work. So that is what. So like during the little time now and then.
So how you managing the pandemic?
How I manage now the pandemic now, like when me do like 2 day work and me get a little money, I try to do some buying and selling. So right here now, if me get the money, I can try back some buying and selling. Because you know, say through Neymar supposed to go back to our school this September coming, and just through.
Who is Neymar? Who is Neymar?
Neymar Pierre is my son. He's my son. He's 4 years old. He's 4 years old. Yeah, he's 4 years old, you know?
So what are you doing for yourself these days?
What am I doing for myself right now? I'm not doing nothing. I would like to start a little business, but what I'm trying to show you, I don't have any money to buy up some goods and go on.
So what kind of buying and selling you normally do?
What kind of buying and selling you normally do? Right now, you can just go downtown, like for instance, then you go downtown, you buy out some brazier, you buy out some woman cheap things and just go turn them in one country, whether it's mapping or, you know, anyway.
Oh, so you buy and go like different countries, go sell?
Yeah, go sell, you understand me? So that me that do for the period of time.
So how much money you need for start up a little thing now?
Alright, you know, so right here now, I'm not telling no lie, Andre. I'm not giving nobody nothing out there. But whosoever would like to assist anything them give me, I would have to just try. Cause
yeah, but
like
if
I get say 50,000 or 100,000 now, we'd have to just use it and try to turn over some business with it. Yeah, you understand me? If I get, you don't want to go burden nobody, make people feel like, yeah, burden them pocket. But if we get 50,000 now, right now, we can do some business. If we get 100, we can turn it.
Alright, so here what me I got to feel.
Yes, sir.
I want you to where you Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're going to meet somewhere. I don't have no money, you know, but I'm going to see if 20,000 can start to buy little goods.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to help you with $20,000 for you buy the first set of goods.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yeah, man, I understand that.
And out of that, I want to see you use the 20,000 and turn it, and where you carry come, me I go show Jamaica and the world, say this is what you do. So other people can come and bless you.
Yes, Andre.
Do you understand?
Yeah, man, I understand that, man.
So, we're going to start you off with $20,000. Remember, I don't do no charity, you know. But I want you first. We're going to go in at the place where you buy the things, them. We're going to buy it pan spot so people can see, say, yeah, buy it.
Yes.
Buy the brazier them, buy the bra them, and we take it from there, so. And then I'm going to see if I can talk to somebody to give you $100. That is $15,000. I'm going to see who can give me $100 fee for buy up some groceries so that Neymar can have some food this week.
Yeah, man, I would appreciate
so
that.
In all, I'm going to give you $20,000 to deal with the clothes and something. And if anybody else send me no more money, we put on pan it so you can buy up your stock them and can go a country go sell. Then we're going to give you the 50.
And whosoever want to reach out to me, I don't have nothing like that, them can just deal with you through your chat.
Yeah, everybody are gonna come deal with me first. We have to develop a trust with you and see say everything and go good. Then we're gonna let you go so that people can help you.
Yes.
You understand? So Tuesday, you see, just by the truth that you have been wrongfully charged and your life has been smacked for how many years? 12 years and 5 days.
12 years and 5 days plus overall from 1999 till now would be 23 years gone out of my life overall, because since from 1999 till now I don't get to, you understand me, get back myself. So
we're going to start here and see how you can use it and better yourself. Do you understand?
Yeah, man, I understand you, Andre.
Right? So yeah, Tuesday, save my number.
Yeah.
And we will take it the birth. I remember someone wanted to go to Miss Valerie Nita.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go to her, man. It's a lady we know I'm a good man.
But want to go to her so she can work out the birth certificate so you can get the TRN and the passport. Because probably somebody there on the live where I watch, we probably can get a little security work. Can get a little job work, we don't know. But we have to start you off.
Yes, Andre.
Alright? Mr. Peart?
Yes, Andre.
Alright, so we're going to talk soon again, okay?
Alright, take care, sir.
Be blessed.
Alright then, yeah.
My God, mighty God. Mighty God, mighty God, mighty God. Mighty God. Mr. Peart, working as a porter. Working as a porter. Mr. Peart working as a porter. 23 years. 23 years, Jamaica. 23 years. His life has been denied.